Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, getting in. Which side of the college are we going?
When you get there, you realize it's going to be a little bit harder than just parking in the parking lot and walking up to the dorm. The entire place is cordoned off with yellow tape.
Whoa.
There are folks walking the perimeter.
Do I know what happened over here yet?
Yeah, you have heard more than your fair share about this.
Mm-hmm.
Something went down at the college. Your favorite news anchor, Katie Killjoy, has been going on and on about it. And the college is closed. That much is clear. All of the students have been sent home, and it is closed for an indefinite period of time. Word is that there is some sort of toxic leak or radiation leak or both, and that it is highly dangerous.
So a cover-up.
People are trying maybe a little bit too hard to keep this covered up, in your opinion. But what could possibly have happened
It's beyond me.
You have poked into it a little bit. From what it sounds like, a group of individuals broke into Reed College and fucked about with the nuclear reactor somehow.
Jesus.
And broke it. Bad.
Oh.
And you have a nuclear physicist in the car who says, I need to get my paperwork.
This whole not asking questions thing is getting a little harder. Alright.
You've put feelers out.
No reports of dead kids?
Nobody has been reported missing that matches any sort of description.
That's interesting. Okay.
There were, however, some individuals that went missing on the same night, at the same time. At least 2 individuals 18 miles away, on the other side of the Sylvan Hills, out in Hillsborough.
What?
At the same time. You have no idea what the connection is. There's a connection.
There has to be.
That's what you know about the situation. You've driven up, you've seen the yellow tape, you have that information. How are you approaching? What are you doing?
I've got my staff badge, right?
You do have a staff badge, yes.
And then I'm just gonna roll us up to whatever looks like the closest to staff parking, if I can follow the signs to staff parking.
The whole parking lot is already cordoned off, but you can find a place close by to park on the street.
Yeah.
Are you trying to be subtle about it, or are you just trying to park and get in there?
No, it's definitely... We're gonna be subtle.
I was wondering if while on the drive over I could draw, like, rudimentary map leading route that has been determined for us to take pictures to alleviate public concern.
If you knew that it was a cover-up, that would work.
But you don't.
Your character is the least aware of the technocracy at play, or really any magical traditions. You have the only magic that's ever been discovered. And which is why it's so fucking important that you get it from your fucking dorm. You know there is a radiation leak, possibly also toxic chemicals, and that everybody's been sent home. They're even reimbursing your tuition. For
Then, in that case, doling out 3 little doses of my liquid, can I make what I think would be helpful against radiation?
How many mutagenic vials do you usually carry on you?
I was thinking I just carried, like, a big old water jug of it. A water bottle wouldn't look suspicious.
So you got like a big old thermos.
Yeah, because drinking out of small containers in public might get mistaken that I just did the little shooter while I was on the bus. Then I might get arrested. It probably happened.
It also might end up being what actually happened is paradox. If you're chugging little vials and then doing blatantly impossible things, you may have accumulated paradox without even knowing it yet.
I would, especially with my naturally disassociative self.
Despite all of the things you cannot see, the cameras, people with binoculars or scopes, the folks walking the perimeter, you somehow find the perfect blind spot Unless somebody is actively looking for your car, they're not gonna find it. Or they won't at all associate it with you.
That's why they call me John Jacobs, because his name was my name too.
Unaware of any of that, John Jacobs steps out of the car.
Yup, he stands up like a dad. He has to slap his knees. It takes about a good 20 seconds.
Ollie, having been recently disowned by his father, definitely a little grating being around such a obviously fatherly and disapproving figure. But also finds this guy strangely lovable.
It's kind of what we're going for. It's just an old, bit curmudgeonly, but you can tell he was one of those, he grew up autistic in a time when they didn't have that word.
Ollie and Betsy. Both of you, as you get out, you notice this is a really good parking spot. You note that it's in 8 different blind spots that you can count.
We can hide here later if we need to.
I mean, you generally never want to hide in a getaway car.
Is that an invitation?
Is that supposed to be an innuendo, son? See, I'd expect this shit from her. But I'm not sure about who you are yet, but we'll see.
You're maybe like a 3-minute walk from the red tape. You're pretty sure you're on the side that has the dorms. But you're definitely going to have to get past that tape in order to get to them.
Yeah.
Before we get up to the tape, I suggest we prime our cover here by doing a little, what do they call it, a little bookend of one of you talking in front of the college to sell to anybody who's watching that we are in fact reporters.
What club was I supposed to be in charge of?
Journalism club.
Journalism.
You're our head reporter.
I'm a staff member.
John is probably much better at talking to people than I am. It makes me the nervous.
Do we have a microphone?
There's one on my camera.
I suppose that will do.
You've always described it as a
This is
photography camera, not a video camera.
Very true.
At the age
my
where,
taser.
as Ollie pulls out a taser and looks at you,
I could hold it upside down like this, and then I could just, I'll give it a click. I have the little knob thing on the bottom.
The safety off?
Yeah, gave it a little click.
No, please put that away. I have a notebook and a camera. You stand next to me. You're gonna be my student. So you just pretend like you're learning shit.
Learning
I'm
shit?
good at looking like I'm learning shit.
as far as you're aware, you've got these fake ID badges that Betsy just cooked up in the car. You've seen the back of Betsy's car. Betsy can cook up quite a lot in there. As long as it involves a camera and a printer.
I'm not sure that woman doesn't make meth in that trunk.
There's not much room for anything but the giant printer in that trunk. What I do with that printer ink?
Speaking of drinks and drugs, you were trying to get people to drink mysterious liquid out of your thermos.
Yeah, I'll tell them that it's a mixture of completely safe, very permeable iodine in liquid form that helps insulate your body against the effects of radiation, but it's only short-term viable. It absorbs its max amount very fast, so getting it out.
But it should protect us from whatever's going on. I will drink that without question.
Jesus. Okay. I'm going to look inside of the thermos. What color is it?
It looks and smells like water this time.
So help me Christ. And John will take a drink.
It tastes like salt water.
The ocean or Gatorade without the sweet?
Yeah, like somebody put salt, maybe there's the lightest hint of lemon juice in there, but it tastes like somebody made electrolyte water.
Alright, having that in their system will certainly give you a tool, should you need to, Right now with Life 2, you can only heal yourself.
Yeah, I figured it wouldn't actually do anything, but Oliver thinks it will.
Gotcha.
Because it works for me, I assume it will work for them.
Fair enough. This is a game of perspectives. As I said at the beginning, Agent Gray told Betsy here that Betsy was to escort a VIP to retrieve materials from a reality containment zone. Whereas, from another perspective, Veronica's fucktoy begged him to get his papers, so she sent a couple of her employees to help him go get his papers from his dorm.
Yeah, it's a little gross. It's a little gross. This is basically a child.
I'm an adult.
You're 24!
This is maybe 57-year-old
I'm like
man.
57. Yeah, John is old. Like, he's getting up there. Yep. Wouldn't put it past her.
I've never seen her.
I don't think either of us.
No, neither of you are.
Game 40. I might be 24, but this dick game 42.
Enos is older than me.
Son, do you know what erectile dysfunction is?
At that moment, a woman walks up. She is wearing a dark green business suit and a set of dark green shades. Just over the shades, you can see the single eyebrow raised at you, John.
It's a student. He's a little shit. We're here doing some reporting. It's over here is... Did we discuss names at all?
Our real names are on these IDs. Hand over mine.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Just hand over my student ID,
I'll hand over my staff
as well
badge.
as my paper, with my papers.
If your mind magic worked, you can't tell behind those dark green shades and implacable, expressionless face. She looks at your papers for perhaps a little longer than might be comfortable. Without a word, she will hand your paperwork back and raise up the yellow tape.
Wonderful.
I nod and go under the tape.
I'll say thank you kindly. And come on, Ollie.
Agent Gray has told us to anticipate your arrival. Stick to the designated path and do not wander.
Understood. Betsy's voice takes on an entirely different tenor when she says understood. She's been lazy, but that, understood, very matter of fact. Not a different person talking, it's clearly the same voice, but boy, could it be someone else.
As Agent Green allows you to pass, you make your way towards the dorms.
Keep up the facade by pretending to take pictures.
And this is as good a time as any to go a little bit over about how Betsy came to the Technocracy. You were caught in the sterilization process of an area, and they saw your enlightenment quotient was higher than average. Instead of just wiping your memory of the incident and putting you somewhere plausible, in a ditch somewhere, you were processed. Something in that processing, however, went wrong. Maybe?
Maybe it went right.
Exactly. In some way, your avatar has connected itself to the social processing, and you find it easiest to talk to your avatar during the social processing that most others do quite a lot to avoid. Others threatened with the Red Room, or Room 101, shudder and shut the fuck up. You have to resist a grin coming to your face and a little bounce coming to your step. Perhaps that's why you've been assigned away from most other technocrats.
Maybe.
Yeah, this one's a little different.
As Agent Green allows you to pass, she will, specifically to Betsy, say, "This is VE and IDEX jurisdiction. Not ours. Step lightly.
I nod quickly.
She will walk away, continuing about the perimeter.
Fuck was that about?
Oh, we're with friends here. And I smile. I go back to taking pictures airheadedly.
John just starts mumbling and pacing about the government while writing down in his notebook.
As you part ways, Betsy, you see the small group of armed individuals. They look like military of some kind. They are eyeing you as you continue to walk towards the building. They don't seem to react. Mm-hmm. But when Betsy starts taking pictures, you are approached by an individual in body armor with a long gun strapped over his front and a ballistic helmet with dark goggles. No pictures.
I grin to speak through my teeth so it's not visible from the distance, and turn the camera, open it, show him there's no film. There's no film, it's just for the cover. And we'll wait for permission to leave.
This is not NWO territory. Put the camera away or I'm going to break it.
I nod and put it away.
He'll take a step back and motion for you to be on your way.
John is starting to wonder why exactly they were put on a job for this. Seems like this kid could have come in here by himself.
Do you say that?
No, but I'm thinking it.
You did see how awkward I was when meeting you if I had to talk to even one of these people.
Yeah.
How is Ollie reacting to what's going on? Being stopped twice by very serious-looking people.
The lady who I'm sleeping with, that is also the only reason I have food or a warm place to sleep, told me not to talk to anybody, actively biting my tongue and trying to appear as relaxed as I can.
Oh, you poor child. Oh, Christ.
As you enter into the main building that you've got to go through to get to the stairs up to your dorm, you are alone in the empty hallways.